All right, welcome everyone to Wednesday night yoga. Ah, so we're just going to be doing some very soothing, relaxing, I hope, moves tonight. And I'd like to end with a hamstring stretch. So if you've got a non-stretchy um, strap type thing, you can grab that, a belt, um, the strap from a shoulder bag can work, whatever helps you grab your feet in a stretch. So get your strap and then we'll find a comfortable way to sit. Grounding into the floor. Really allow your hips, your butt, your low back to sink down and rest on the floor or your cushion. And then focus on your whole torso lifting up out of that grounded center. Relax your belly, relax your chest, relax your shoulders. And just begin to breathe normally and observe your breath. Maybe also scanning your body to find any tense areas that you can let go. Maybe you already know where you tend to hold your tension. Maybe you tend to draw up your shoulders. Maybe you tend to stiffen your neck and hunch in like a turtle. So check in with any trouble spots you're aware of and let them be loose. And now I'd like to invite you to personalize your pranayama by breathing in whatever you need right now. Do you need comfort? Do you need a specific calming color? Do you need peace? Do you need quiet? Breathe in whatever you need and breathe out whatever is weighing you down. Breathe out tension. Breathe out anxiety. Breathe out whatever might symbolize those negative feelings. Maybe it takes the form of a puff of smoke, but just visualize for yourself whatever sensation you can breathe in. It could be an odor, a comforting odor, and breathe out whatever symbolizes your stress right now. So let's take several breaths, just visualizing something comforting to breathe in. Let your belly expand, let your chest expand. Maybe you'd like to open your mouth on the exhale and feel like you're really getting rid of something. And now we'll make these breaths even deeper and longer and more active. So fill your whole torso, your whole rib cage with that positive something, that energy or whatever it is. And then exhale that other stuff with force from your abs. Cleanse yourself. And let's do a lion's breath to bring in just a little levity. So fill your lungs and then exhale with a tongue out. So just get rid of all the ick that you might be feeling. All right. And just remember to stay in touch with that cleansing breath, those conscious breaths. Anytime that you feel yourself drawing up with anxiety or stress, tightening, relax. Fill the lungs, exhale fully. So now we'll start to stretch. Drop your chin down to your chest. Let the weight of your head draw it down. And feel that stretch maybe along your upper back between your shoulders. And give your head a little wobble to make sure that your neck is not tight. And when you're ready to expand that movement, turn it into a big half circle. And if you feel prepared, you can turn the half circle into a full circle, or just keep going with the half circle, whatever your neck and shoulders are ready for. And if you're doing that, change direction. And let's sit back up nice and tall, shoulders down, and reach back to do the shoulder stretch. So with your right hand, grab your left wrist, let your shoulders sink down, and then we're going to drop the left ear down. So we're making a curve that goes from your left ear across your right shoulder down to your wrists. And I always get the grip backwards on this. I'm so sorry. So it's left hand grabbing right wrist. I don't know if I said that right. Anyway, what we're feeling as the head leans left is we're feeling a stretch along the top of the right shoulder. And sit back up, maybe wiggle your shoulders and neck a bit, and we'll switch the grip. So now right hand grabs left wrist and ear goes down to the right. So we're feeling the stretch across the top of the left shoulder. Trying to keep your shoulders relaxed and down. I also sometimes call this the collarbone stretch because we're really feeling this on the top of the shoulder more than the back, more than the shoulder blade. And then sit up again. And now we'll open the arms wide, spread your fingers and reach up high as you inhale. And turn your palms down as you exhale. We'll keep doing that, reaching up. Releasing down. One more time. Long arms. Stretch all the way through your fingertips. And then let's pause at the top. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms to the ceiling. Pause here. Lift your rib cage. And twist gently to one side. Inhale, center. And twist gently the other way. Inhale, center. And now we'll release one hand to the floor and side bend. So deeply bend that bottom elbow and feel the stretch all along your upper side. And on your next inhale, we'll sit up, reach high, and exhale the other way. Deeply bend that bottom elbow and enjoy that stretch in your upper side. On your next inhale, rising up again. And let's drop one hand down between your shoulder blades and grab that elbow with your opposite hand, pulling it back. Try to keep your neck loose. And your chest is puffing outwards, so we're not leaning forward or back. We're upright, chest open and lifted, stretching the triceps, the back of that bending arm. On your next inhale, reach up, stretch your fingers, and exhale the other hand down, pulling your elbow back. Gently trying to guide your upper arm in alignment with your head. Maybe you feel a slight arch in the back as your chest pushes forward. And now let's inhale and reach high again. Open the arms wide. And then exhale, one arm across your body. Bring the other one underneath to pull it toward you. So the long arm is relaxed and the bended arm is just pulling the other one in. Feeling the stretch in your upper arms, biceps, deltoids. And face the front. So there's a tendency to want to twist to one side. Just stay facing front. And try to focus this stretch on the upper arm. And let's open wide again. Inhale. And exhale the other arm across, hooking it in for that upper arm stretch. Continue to face the front. And let's release down and do some shoulder rolls. So inhale up, exhale down, rolling those shoulders. Feeling your spine flex at the midpoint where it joins your rib cage. And now let's change direction, still with the same breathing. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Big circles, hands are resting wherever is comfortable for you. One more. Very nice. Wardrobe adjustment. All right, I'm going to add in a stretch we don't normally do at this point for the hips because Yoga Wisdom says that we hold a lot of emotion in the pelvic area. So I don't know if there's any science there, but why not? Let's release a little bit of emotion. Plant your hands behind you. And we're just going to lift the hips up high. So if you're sitting on a cushion, you might need to move it like I do in order to get your hips off the ground. So your knees are going to roll forward towards the floor and your hips are rising. So press your belly button up in the air. Feel the stretch in your quads. If it's comfortable, you can let your head go. And your arms are just holding you up, straight up and down. Enjoy that stretch in your quads. Take a deep breath. And when you're ready, lower slowly back down. And now we have to change the cross of the legs and do it again. So swap which foot is on top. And then back again with the arms. Roll your knees forward and lift your hips high. Option to drop your head. This may be harder than the other side, that's normal. Deep breaths. And slowly come back down. Nice. Okay. Let's come now to hands and knees for cats and cows. So if you have sore wrists or sore knees, be sure to put a towel or blanket under those joints to support them. And we're going to drop the head, just let it hang there a moment. And then push your back up, one vertebra at a time, until your back arches up like an angry cat. So your arms are stretched out, straight up and down. Your belly is pushing up into your spine, angry cat. Exhale with a hiss. Resting on your heels. Slide your hands forward and really feel your back slide long. Nice, long, scoopy, stretched out back. And then we'll bend at the elbows, maybe pull your hands back in a bit and scoop up into cow. So your head is high, your hips are high, your belly is just hanging. You can wag your tail a bit here if you like. And then we're going to keep flowing through that. So flip your back up into cat. Exhale backward to your heels. Then your elbows pull forward into cow. Inhaling up and just keep flowing through that with your breath. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward. So feel your spine warming up, loosening up, but also your arms and your abs. And when you complete your next circle, let's come back up to tabletop and we'll do horse pose. So we're just going to do it very nice and organic today. So just look over your shoulder at your hips. Your legs and arms might lean to one side. That's okay. We're just kind of squeezing your shoulder and hip together as if they could touch. Squeeze. Breathe. And then inhale back to center. And look over the other shoulder at the other hip. Squeezing them toward each other. Compressing one side, stretching the other. And inhale back to center and just wag your tail. Let that be nice and loose. Okay. Next, we'll do thread the needle for shoulders. So inhale your right arm high, reach for the sky. And exhale it down to the ground. Shoulder and head are resting. Maybe you need to rest your head on a cushion. Check that you can put your hand in between your ear and your shoulder, that you haven't hunched in your head like a turtle. All right, and now we're going to bring the hands palm to palm and slide out that top hand. Reach, reach, reach. Really take your time here. There's no need to rush. And feel both shoulders stretching in a really different kind of way. And maybe you're taking note from week to week of where your elbow is in relation to the palm below it. And maybe you gain 1 millimeter every week. So just gently press your right shoulder into the floor. And then with an exhale, we're going to wrap your left arm around behind you. And then you can make a fist or leave your palm open and roll your right forearm back and forth. Just kind of rolling from the wrist and elbow.
Letting yourself sink down, crushing that right shoulder. And now we'll bring the left arm back out to the front, palm to the mat, and press up, inhaling the right arm high. Exhale it down. Switching sides now. Inhale the left arm high, reach long. And exhale low. Again, can you put your hand in between your shoulder and your jaw? Is there room there? Don't draw your head in like a turtle. Stretch your right arm out. Really take your time, walk your fingertips. Woo, and feel the very different stretch in both shoulders. Check in with the position of your elbow on top and your wrist down below. And when you're fully extended, wrap your right arm around behind you. Rolling your left forearm. It's not a very pretty pose, but it can be very comforting if you have stiff shoulders like I do. And now we'll unwind that right arm, palm to the mat, press up. Okay, coming back to tabletop. Let's skip kickstand today and go straight into drunken cow. So we're gonna spin around, pushing the hips back, swinging the shoulders forward, taking your time with this, getting loose and limber, and letting all those stresses of the day make themselves known so that you can care for them. All those little tight places in the body. And let's change direction. And the next time you're back with your hips on your heels, open your knees up wide, bring your big toes in to touch, and reach long forward with your arms, resting your head. Let your hips sink towards your heels. Feel the stretch in the inner thighs. And then we'll walk the hands over to the right, resting your torso on your right thigh. Reach out and feel this stretch go all the way through your arms, all the way down into your left inner thigh, where it meets your pelvis. And breathe, reach your arms long. And then walk your hands back through the center and over to the left. Resting your torso on your left thigh and feeling the stretch come all the way through your arms into your right hip joint. And then we'll walk the hands back to center, levering back up through tabletop and forward into up dog with your arms straight up and down, or sphinx pose resting on your elbows. This is a stretch for your abs, so let your abs be soft and look gently over your shoulders one at a time. Feeling all those muscles in the low back and the obliques, getting a nice gentle stretch and twist. And then we'll come back up into tabletop And just do one pose for the core and for balance, pointer pose. So let's kick back the left leg, flexing through the foot, and notice how my left hip wants to go up. I'm drawing it down, and that engages the abs. Lift your right arm and breathe. If you can't keep both limbs straight, then bring one down. That's okay. Just focus on doing one well. Look at the mat to protect your neck and breathe. And now let's bend at the knee and reach back for that foot. See if you can grab something, your toes, your ankle, and lift your knee high for a quad stretch. If this is too much pressure on the low back, then just come back down. And let's release. Coming back down to hands and knees, wag your tail. And we'll switch sides. So now extending the right leg, push through the heel with a flexed foot, hips level, lift the left arm and breathe. And now bend at the knee, reach for your foot and lift your knee, quad stretch. Nice. Let's come back down and lower down to sitting with your legs bent in front of you, knees bent in front of you, feet pretty wide, hands behind you, and we're going to do the windshield wipers because I love those and they're just very relaxing. This is a yin pose, nothing to it really. We're just rolling the knees down side to side. Make sure you have enough room for your knee to come down without landing on your heel. And try to coordinate this with your breath. So I'm inhaling as the knees come through the center and exhaling as they hit the floor. And let's leave the right knee down. So the next time that you're facing left, leave your right knee down, bring your arms up in front of your left knee, and rest your forehead wherever you're able. So maybe it touches the floor, maybe it's on your palms or your stacked fists. And let your body crush your left hip into the ground. Another really passive yin pose that's comforting because you're using your body to stretch your body. Let's straighten the arms. Bring your right arm back behind you and switch the knees the other direction. So left knee comes down and your hands come down in front of your right knee. So again, you can rest your forehead on whatever you need to, maybe your cushion, maybe your stacked fists. And we're just resting your torso on top of your thigh, allowing your body weight to stretch out your right hip. And then straighten the arms and come back up. We're going to grab that strap and go into our hamstring stretches, which are really very relaxing and great for the back. If you have tight hamstrings, they kind of make your whole back seize up. So let your left leg relax down and place your strap on the ball. I'm showing you the ball of the right foot, so not the toesies and not the arch. And then straighten that right leg up high. Relax your ankle as much as possible. And just hold on to that strap and relax. Let your body weight in your arms pull your foot toward your face. And the thing that I have to do constantly is keep softening my ankle. My foot wants to push against the strap. It needs to relax down so that my calf is stretched. And you can see my leg is pretty much straight up and down right now. I'm going to pull it a couple degrees toward my face, but that's as far as I can go right now. And now we're going to place the strap in your right hand. I like to extend the right arm as far as possible, reach up as high as I can, grab that strap, and open out to the right side. And then the left hand, hold your left hip down. Ooh, so that's a big stretch in the inner right thigh and the right hamstring. So let your foot fall towards the floor. If you're up in the air and you're not comfortable, put something under that foot, like a block or a cushion, a dog, whatever you have handy. Relax your your left hip and your left leg down. Let them be the ballast. Keep relaxing your right leg as well, especially your right ankle. And now we're going to haul that right leg back up to center, pulling it towards your face. Ooh, I think I gained a degree or two. And now switch hands. So reach out your left arm long, as high as it can reach, and pull your leg across your body to the left. And now, of course, your hip has to come off the floor. Once you get your right leg settled, then try looking away from it over your right shoulder for a complete spinal twist. If that hurts your neck, don't do it. Yoga should not be a pain in the neck. Keep relaxing your pelvis and your legs. Keep relaxing your right ankle. And we'll haul that leg back up to center and give it a pull. Definitely not as straight up and down as I was at the beginning. I'd say that's at least 5 degrees. Not to brag or anything, but just to show you that just that short stretch, less than a minute probably, can make a difference. So let's bend at the knee, release your strap, and we'll switch sides. So extend your right leg, put the strap on the ball of the left foot. Toes are free, arch is free. And reach out long, straighten your left leg as much as you can. And relax your left ankle. And you notice when I said that, my right ankle also went down. So relax both ankles. Neither one of them needs to do anything right now. And now with that strap in the left hand, we're going to lower your leg down toward the ground, opening up wide. Right hand on right hip to hold it down. And relax. Relax everything, especially the left ankle. And now pull back up to center for our last piece of this stretch. Check in with your leg. Is it moving back a wee bit? And now with the strap in your right hand, pull your leg across your body to the right. And once you've got it in place, look away from your foot over your left shoulder, if that's comfortable for you. I'm getting a really nice stretch in the left outer hip. Continue to relax your left ankle and gently pull your foot up towards your face. And now let's roll back up to center. Pull that foot closer. Yep. A few degrees there for sure. And then bend at the knee and release the strap. And guess what? We're in position for Shavasana. So arms out at your sides, your legs can be extended, or you can bring your feet up and collapse your knees inward against each other for support for your low back. And what I usually tell you in Shavasana about breathing is to just let your breath breathe itself. But if you find yourself holding tension in your breath, breathing shallowly or breathing too fast, then go back to our pranayama from earlier and visualize yourself drawing in whatever you need and exhaling whatever you don't. So let your head sink down into the mat and let your whole face relax. Forehead, nose, eyebrows, jaw, tongue. Let your face be soft. Relax your neck. You can rock your head slightly to check that it's loose. And relax the inside of your neck, your throat. Let go of any words you're holding in. You can say them later if they're important. Let your shoulders sink back. Let your rib cage relax. Feel your buttocks and your glutes heavily sinking into the floor. And let your belly soften. Let your whole torso relax so that you can breathe easily. Let your arms relax from the shoulders to the heavy elbows, to the heavy backs of your hands. Let your arms soften into the mat. And finally, your legs, from your glutes down through your thighs and your hamstrings. Let your knees relax and your calves. Feel the heaviness of your heels and the softness of your toes. Let your whole body be soft. And breathe easily. You may need to scan through your body again and identify any places that have stiffened up and let them go. If you find yourself seizing on to a particular thought, let it go. Let it blow away like a cloud in the sky. You can come back to it later if it's important. This is your time to just relax. You deserve these moments of calm, and you can give them to yourself. What a gift that is. Begin to breathe a little deeper. Breathe air into all your extremities and fingers and toes. Wiggling back to life with those little movements first, and then bigger movements. Perhaps drawing your knees to your chest or taking a big, long, full stretch. Whatever your body needs after lying on the floor. And when you're ready, roll to one side and pause here, resting your head on your arm. Think of something you're grateful for. You may have had a very difficult day, but there is some ray of sunshine out there that you can be grateful for. And when you're ready, push up to seated. I'm grateful I was able to do yoga with you. Thanks for coming. Namaste.
I'm grateful you're such a good teacher, Stephanie. I really appreciate